Hey boss, really pleased to say that early talks have progressed well, and we're now in a position to have... Things are progressing well. We've got a bit more into the weeds of this.
Hey, Chief. Engineering need your attention on something. Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all. So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Sitting at the southeastern coast of Florida, the Miami International Autodrome has 19 corners and 3.36 miles of racing. It's a circuit designed to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. Either way, I'm sure it's one that will please the fans. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Norris, Carlos Sainz, and Piastri, Hülkenberg, Albon, Antonelli, and Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Aaron, Esteban Ocon, and Colapinto, Stroll, Behrman, Isaac Hadjar, and Gabriel Bortoleto, Lawson, Doohan, Miata, and Yuki Tsunoda rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, you know, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Try to put the starting position out of your mind and just focus on the race ahead. We can still do a good job here today. To give that place back, I'm afraid. That was an illegal overtake.
That is so tough.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix. Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole? F1 is back in the United States of America. We're here in the Sunshine State for a race that's fast becoming a fan favourite. It's time for the Miami Grand Prix. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Colapinto, Antonelli, Lando Norris and Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Hülkenberg, Leclerc and Alex Albon, Gasly, Ocon, Oscar Piastri and Behrman, Lawson, Stroll, Paul Aron and Isaac Hadjar, Tsunoda, Bortoletto, Doohan and Ritomo Miata rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
If we don't want to be stuck near the back for most of the race, you're going to need to push early on. Good luck. Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Okay, mate, that was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to cede that position or we'll receive a penalty.
Here's the checkered flag, and here's our winner today. Hats off to Ollie Behrman.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special. And you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always. But for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. High fives and bear hugs for Ollie Behrman, who takes our top spot. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Hi. Notice we've got some spare cash reserves. Obviously, I know you've got other priorities, but don't forget you can upgrade the corporate facility whenever you like. We're worth it, I promise.
Been a while since we've had any upgrades here in engineering. Please don't forget to invest.
Have you got a moment? Need your input.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.
Now, if you ask anyone who's raced here, they'll tell you, nowhere in the world is more important to get a high qualifying position than here on the windy, chicaney, challenging streets of Monaco. We're about to set the grid for tomorrow's race, but potentially for the end of the race too. So welcome along, everyone, to the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying.
Are you all right? Engine off, engine off.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow. A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of 19 corners, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Gasly, Charles Leclerc and Norris, Fernando Alonso, Albon, Colapinto and Esteban Ocon, Hülkenberg, Antonelli, Paul Aron and Hadjar, Sainz, Behrman, Jack Doohan and Yuki Tsunoda, Bortoletto, Miata, Lawson and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Right, back of the grid. I mean, there is literally only one direction we can go from here, so try and move forward and see if we can get something out of it. What happened? Let me know you're okay.
And in the end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen, he takes victory.
Well, are we looking at a champion in waiting today, Crofty, with that kind of performance? They were driving with the kind of lack of pressure that you quite often see when a driver knows, they just know within themselves that that championship is within their reach.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved watching that action today, and I'm sure these three have loved taking part. Here come our podium finishers. But there can only be one on the top step. Your number one, Max Verstappen. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Just a reminder that we've still got space in the car for some more secondary sponsors. The more we have, the more revenue we'll generate. Plus, it's an opportunity to tweak our car livery, which the fans always enjoy. If that's something you want to kick off, visit the decal editor under customization in the corporate facility. Good news on this one, boss.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
It's a Catalonian qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world, do you feel the need? The need for speed? Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be... Welcome along, everyone, to sunny Spain, specifically to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. So many great moments in Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather here today, but we're just as overjoyed to be at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and the popular opinion in the paddock is that we never wanted the chicane in the first place. That's now been gone, the final corner is much faster, and at 2.9 miles and 14 turns, we await the Spanish Grand Prix. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Gasly, George Russell, and Norris. Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Colapinto, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, Lance Stroll, and Lawson. Aaron, Ocon, Ritomo Miata, and Jack Doohan. Sonoda, Albon, Hadjar, and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box this afternoon, the First Lady of World Motorsports, Naomi Schiff. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
Well, they're certainly in a great position. It's always great to just come off of a win. The momentum's there, the team are working well together, and so is the car. So what they've got to do is just keep building on that. Don't change a winning formula. Keep it simple and keep doing what you're doing.
We're going to struggle for a good position in this race unless we can gain some early positions. See what you can do. Are you okay? That was a nasty hit. Turn the engine off and wait for the marshals.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Well, that's 2 wins in a row for them now. That's really going to help them gain confidence and start to build that momentum that they're really going to be looking for.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these three drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. And for those that have missed the Dutch national anthem, fear not. It's back again, because Max Verstappen is back on the top step. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Boss, notice that we've got some cash not currently invested into anything. Maybe think about buying some facility improvements. It's great to keep HQ. Hey, boss, have you got a moment to look at something?